tea. Here we go, triple sauce, ooze. In and out, like a boy, triple sauce, ooze. By the way, can't think of it, triple sauce, ooze. I'll be thinking, ooh, I'll be thinking.
Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. I am 𝙿𝚃𝚾 and we are back with another video. In today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you guys how to batch content for Instagram and why you should batch and exactly my steps on how I batch my content for Instagram. But before we get started, I just want to introduce myself. I'm 𝙿𝚃𝚾. I am 26 years old and I'm a full-time content creator. And I love coffee, I love food, I love all things, okay? And I just love living my best life. Please hit that subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it at any point in this video. And then you guys can also comment down below if you have a different system on how you batch your content for Instagram. I would love to know any apps that we should know about that I did not mention. Let us know, sweetie, in the comments because we're all here to help each other out. That's that, and don't forget to follow me on my Instagram. I will have everything linked in the description below so you guys can stay up to date with what I'm posting and creating. So let's get straight into this video. So just a quick rundown of my Instagram account. So my Instagram account, I have done so many different feeds and posted so many different photos. But one thing that I came to realize is batching content really helps out your feed so that it can be more cohesive. It depends on what kind of aesthetic you're going for and all of that. We're gonna get into all that in just a little bit. When you're on Instagram, we all know that it takes time to create content, take pictures. If you have a cohesive Instagram, you have to make sure that it's flowing, that you're just not posting whatever you want, and that you have content to even post. No one likes to rush and post content because we already know rushing content isn't the best content. And I know you guys are probably wondering, why should you batch your content and what's the benefits of that? So let's get into it. So the answer to that is, number one, it saves a lot of time. Number two, you're not feeling rushed. Number three, it helps you to keep up with a consistent feed. For example, batching content allows you to free up more time. Now that you have more photos, just say you have 2 weeks worth of content. That saves you 2 weeks of having to create content. Now, don't get me wrong, those 2 weeks will be here and gone so fast, but you want to make sure that you have enough content to where you're able to kind of give yourself a break. If you have 2 weeks worth of content, that means now you're able to take a week off of creating content if you wanted to. Batching content just saves us a lot of time so that you're not sitting here trying to take pictures every single day. So batching content is just what I think everyone should do to save yourself the time. Now we're gonna go ahead and get into batching content and the steps on how to batch content and just how do you even come up with the ideas to create this content and batch out in weeks, sometimes even months. Some people have batch content, which kudos to you, okay? But let's go ahead and get into step one on how to batch your content for Instagram. So the first step is brainstorming, and I know we all know before you even start any kind of project, any kind of idea, you have to start with brainstorming. This is where you get to just dump everything that's in your head onto paper and you're able to write it out. You're able to come up with mood boards. So when you're brainstorming, my thing is how I batch my content for Instagram is I start with brainstorming. I get an idea of what's my aesthetic. If you already know what your aesthetic is, then you don't have to go through that step. But if you are new to the game and you don't know like what you're going for, like your aesthetic or anything, first you need to know what your aesthetic is and if you even have an aesthetic. And then the second thing is creating a mood board so you can have that inspiration on what you want to post. So the apps that I use to brainstorm is number one, Pinterest. Pinterest is a great site to create mood boards because you're able to see other pictures that people are doing and you can draw inspiration from those. Obviously, we're not trying to like copycat people, but it should give you some kind of inspiration to create your own. So that's number one. I use Pinterest to create a mood board for what I'm going for my feed. The other app that I use is Mila Note. I've been using Mila Note for years now. It's just my baby and I love Mila Note so much. The website is so minimal and I feel like it makes me feel like I'm a minimalist, and I know I'm not a minimalist, but it makes me feel like that because it's so simple, it's so easy, and it's user-friendly. Wherever you find your photos, I use that to create my own mood board. Now, here's the thing. With Pinterest, you can kind of basically do the same thing, but sometimes you want to kind of create it in a certain way. For me, I like to create my mood boards in a way that that makes me understand the vision I'm going for. With Mila Note, it allows you to add in photos and all of that, and you can add notes to it. That's why I kind of like Mila Note. It's so unique and so different, and you can use it in a lot of different ways. So now we're gonna go ahead with step 2. So step 2 is so creating your content. Now, here's the point that I have to say. You want to make sure that when you are creating your content that you are setting time out to actually go out and create the content. Now, the thing is we need to know, what are you wearing? How's your hair gonna be for this photo? Is there a makeup change? Are you wearing the same makeup? Are you wearing the same shoes? Like, are you switching up your shirt? This is when we go ham, okay? This is where we go ham, because now you're gonna actually be creating the content that you want to create. And what this means is you wanna schedule out, okay, is it gonna take me a week to create 2 weeks worth of content? You have to really know based on your schedule and what you're willing to do and how much content you actually wanna have. You have to know that for yourself to determine like how long it will take you to create this content. So for instance, for me, I can literally go out, maybe take 2 days out of the week and create two weeks worth of content. So that works for me. I can use 2 days. 2 days is good enough because that means I can, on the second day, I can change my hair up so it's not the same. So when you plan this out, I would suggest planning it out like in a calendar or in a notebook, whatever you think is best that keeps you organized and you can visually see it. I would say do that. I would plan it out in Google Calendar because in this way I can actually add in like any notes that I have, like, okay, this is the location for this photo, this is the outfit that I'm gonna be wearing, and I can go ahead and take a photo of that outfit, add an attachment into the Google Calendar so that I know this is the outfit that I'm using for this particular picture. The biggest thing for me is you have to know what keeps you organized and what keeps your brain together and not like where you're all over the place. So now we're gonna go ahead and get into step 3. So step 3 is planning out your feed. Now this is another thing. This is after you already have all of your photos done. You have everything edited, like everything is just giving, okay? Everything is giving. So now you wanna go ahead and start planning out your feed. This can sometimes be the hard part because for me, I feel like with me, when I'm planning out my feed, I sometimes like have a lot of photos and there's some stuff that I'm like, this is not gonna work. Like I need to add in this, or then something pops up in my head and I'm like, oh, to break the feed up so it's not so cluttered, I'm like, okay, maybe I should do like a flat lay. Maybe I should just do like a picture of my shoes or whatever to break up the content. And so for me, that's what I do. Like you're planning it out, like you're actually planning your feed now. Now that you have all your photos, you can see what's missing, what you may need to add, or maybe you need to redo a photo. Like this is the part where, so that you know you actually have content for 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, whatever, however many weeks, a week, 2 days, 3 days, whatever it is, you'll know that you have this planned out. So how to plan out your feed? I know some of you guys are like, wait, how do I plan out my feed? How do I even get all my photos on there so I can see how it looks, if it's looking cohesive or not? So the apps that I use, or I used to use Planoly. I think it's called Planoly. I think that's the one that I used to use, but then I think you have to pay for that. I'm not really sure, but the one that I use right now is Preview. I use a Preview app and I'm able to plan my feed out on there and it is free. I plan it out, but I don't schedule my post like in advance. I don't do that. I just like to have it already out there. So when it's time for me to post, I set my alarm clock and then I'm like, okay, this is a picture that I'm supposed to post. I go on the Preview app, look to see what photo I'm supposed to be posting, and then I will go ahead and post what I need to post. This is just so that you can see if your feed is gonna be cohesive. Now, if you are not trying to have a cohesive feed, you're just wanting to post photos and you just want to get stuff out there, then you don't even need to even do a Preview app. You can just literally post freely and do however you wanna do. But this is if you're trying to have like an aesthetic or a cohesive feed. This is the way that you should do it so that you can kind of see if it's flowing, if there's stuff that needs to be changed in your feed or not. So now step 4. We're getting to the end, you guys, and this is like the easy peasy lemon squeezy part of it, is writing out a caption. Y'all know captions are literally the hardest thing. I don't care what no one has to say. It's literally the hardest thing. Pictures is easy. captions are not, because a lot of times I don't know what I want to say. I don't even know what I'm even talking about. Like in this picture, should I say, hey y'all? Should I be like, happy Monday, happy Tuesday, or like coffee on deck? Like it's so many, it's like you wanna have the perfect caption, but this allows you to take your time to write out a caption if you want to add one to your photo. And then this also allows you to take your time to do any tags. Now, tags are really great because this is how people can find you. And you don't want to rush your tags, and you don't want to get shadow banned, and you want your tags with each picture. So like if I'm posting about a 2-piece set that I have, and say I had some 𝙼𝙁 shoes on and an 𝙼𝙁 purse or whatever, you can literally add in tags that go with what you're posting about. So I can say like hashtag 𝙼𝙁 shoes, hashtag 𝙼𝙁 ambassador, hashtag 𝙼𝙁, hashtag 𝙼𝙁 purses. Like you hashtag the things that you are doing within that picture. You don't want to hashtag things that are not relevant to your photo, because this is how you can get shadow banned. I've gotten shadow banned. And making sure you have a variety of like high volume tags, low volume tags, and medium volume tags. So when you're rushing, usually you would just be putting anything and you're not even researching it, and you want to get the most out of your content. So I feel like with batching your content, this allows you to get the most out of your content that you can get and to perfect it. Because when you're rushing, you just cannot get the most out of rushing content in general and rushing things in general. Like, let's just talk about life, you know? It's like rushing things is not really the way to go. If you feel like 2 weeks is too much for you, you can literally do 1 week. You can do maybe just like 5 days out the week. Like you wanna get 5 pictures so that you can have that in advance a week before. And so I just feel like batching content is really the way to go. So if you guys felt like this was helpful in any way, please let me know in the comments, and even by giving me a thumbs up if this helped you. And let me know if you are one that batches your content for Instagram or not. And if you have done it, how has it benefited you? And if you have done it and it hasn't benefited you, let me know why. What are your reasons? And I don't know, let's just chat it up in the comments below. And you guys also in the comments, if you know of any free apps or any other apps that are useful and helpful for batching content, any kind of tips or anything like that that can help all of us out, please leave it in the comments down below, because this is a place where we are here to help each other grow, okay? Like we're here to help a sister out and a brother out, okay? Without further ado, that completes the video. I hope you guys enjoyed this video on how to batch your content for Instagram. I hope this helped in some kind of way. Let me know, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and also turn on your post notification bell so that you're notified whenever I upload and I post. And then also follow me on my Instagram. Be a part of the family over there. I am always super active on stories and just on my Instagram in general. And without further ado, I will see you guys in my next video. Peace out, y'all. Ciao.